Vtuber Vocabulary. Hello, my name is Levanael Okada, ex-Seraph current god Vtuber. There are a lot of words unique to the Vtuber community that are used almost daily. And if you've never come across them before, or if you're new to the community, some of them can be a little hard to understand. So, I've compiled a list of some 30 terms to define and explain for you. Some of these words are obvious in their meaning, and others have a deeper history attached, so please bear with me as we go. Let's learn some vocabulary. To begin, we will talk about idol culture. Vtubers and Vtuber culture is very heavily inspired by and maintained through idol culture. And a lot of the words that we use to talk about things in the Vtuber community also come from idol culture. What is idol culture? To be put simply, idol culture is part of Japan's entertainment industry and pop culture. This type of entertainment is centered around an idol. An idol is someone whose personality and attractiveness is marketed to create a loyal fan base to that idol. Usually, idols are singers, actors, voice actors, and dancers, though these are not the only skills an idol can have. They're called idols because they are someone that fans idolize. A Western equivalent could be something of a celebrity if celebrities were more public and personal with their fans. A VTuber is someone who uses a virtual avatar for content creation purposes. The word itself comes from a combination of the words virtual and YouTuber, and other words similar to it have popped up, such as V-artist, V-streamer, V-singer, etc. But all of these different virtual creators can fit under the VTuber umbrella. Virtual avatars can be anything from static PNGs to live 2D models or 3D models. When using a PNG or a static image as the avatar, it's often referred to as PNGtubing instead of Vtubing, but it's the same thing. L2D stands for Live 2D and is what most of us think of when we hear the word VTuber. It's a 2D avatar that has been animated to perform almost 3D-like movements, giving that avatar a sense of depth. It's named after the software used to create those animations, Live 2D Cubism. These Live 2D avatars are most often referred to as models. A model can also be used to describe the design or PNG that's being used as the avatar. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Live 2D model. Rigging is the process of animating a model in the Live 2D Cubism software. Riggers are the people responsible for the animation. There are some other terms related to VTubing and rigging specifically, but we'll return to that later. Agency and corporate VTubers are VTubers who are contracted with a particular agency or corporation. When these VTubers stream or do other VTuber-related activities and projects, they are doing so as an employee of the agency they are contracted with. Think HoloLive, VShojo, and First Stage Production VTubers. These VTubers, especially when they belong to a Japanese agency, are considered idols. Again, relating back to the importance of idol culture and how VTubing relates to that. Independent or indie VTubers is pretty much everyone else. They are VTubers who are not contracted to an agency. A wave or generation of VTubers is a unit of VTubers who debuted at the same time. Often these waves have a unifying theme or aspect of their lore, though not always. They usually have a group name to differentiate from other units within the same agency, like Hollowstar's Tempest, Vanguard, and Armis groups. Debut is another word taken directly from idol culture and refers to a VTuber's official introduction to their audience. They introduce themselves and share some things about themselves as a person, as well as showcase their skills and personality. It's very much a first look into what this VTuber's content is going to be like moving forward and what you can expect from them as a potential audience member. Debuts are also used outside of introductions and are often used to show off new outfits or upgrades to a VTuber's model. 2.0 and other numbers refer to versions of a VTuber's model. 1.0 is often the very first model that a VTuber uses or debuts with. A 2.0 is usually used in the context of getting better rigging or new art or showcasing a bunch of new model expressions and outfits. You can treat it like version upgrades. 1.0 is the first version, 2.0 is the second, 3.0 is the third, etc., etc. Sometimes you'll see numbers like 1.5 or 2.5. These are more like follow-up streams directly after a debut, where the liver goes into a little bit more detail or depth about some things that were said or mentioned during that debut. A re-debut are reintroductions that VTubers sometimes have after an unexpected or extended hiatus from activities after they've already debuted. They're usually used when there has been such a great length of time between the original debut and the next time this person does any VTubing activities that they feel the need to reintroduce themselves entirely to new audience members or to old audience members who may not remember them very well. Sometimes re-debuts have model upgrades as well, but this is not always the case. The word Oshi also finds its origin in idol culture. The word Oshi means favorite and is basically your favorite idol, or in this case, your favorite VTuber. Or VTubers, plural. You can have more than one. Oshimarks, on the other hand, were popularized by the VTuber Yuki Chihiro in 2018, and Oshimarks are a combination of emojis often unique to a VTuber to identify yourself and your fans. They are usually listed alongside someone's display name. For example, my Oshimarks are the dizzy and eye emoji. They've become a very important part of a VTuber's brand, though not every VTuber has them. These days, they are considered a must-have, especially for agency VTubers, as they're also a way for your fans to identify each other on the internet. It's a good way to create and identify your own community, which is why they've become so popular. Graduation is the end of a VTuber's activities. This is also taken directly from idol culture and was meant to symbolize a less sad end to said idol's activities, as graduating from anything is just meant to be the end of this chapter of your life and the beginning of a bright future with new opportunities. Once a VTuber decides to graduate, they will never be picking up that persona again, nor continuing activities as that VTuber. Graduation is often a permanent decision, especially for agency VTubers, but simply put, it's the end of a VTuber's activities. A new life or past life are new or previous VTuber personas. This is seen most often when a VTuber either joins or graduates from a VTuber agency. Even if the same streamer jumps from one persona to the next, they're playing two different characters. Brand new name, brand new lore, brand new design. You're playing a brand new character, and thus, changing lives. So earlier in the video, I said we would be coming back to certain terms about VTuber models and rigging. Now is that time, because we're going to talk about VTuber family terminology. VTuber parents, more specifically the words mama and papa, are the people who are responsible for bringing a VTuber to life. Typically, the mama is the artist responsible for the live 2D art and sometimes also the design, though this is not always the case, and papa is typically the person responsible for rigging that live 2D art into a functional VTuber model. Now, these terms are not gender exclusive, as I have seen them applied to people regardless of their gender, and I've also seen people list multiple mamas and multiple papas, as well as more than just two parents. But regardless of the gender or how they're assigned, mama and papa are the people who are responsible for creating the VTuber. VTuber children are what live 2D artists call the VTubers that they provided live 2D art for. And VTubers who share the same parent, though usually the same designer or artist, consider each other siblings. Now for some miscellaneous terms. A collab is short for the word collaboration, and it is a collaboration between two or more VTubers. Usually it involves playing games together or doing some other partner or group activity on stream. An off-collab or an offline collaboration is when two VTubers meet each other in real life and do a collaboration of sorts that way. A Zatsu or Zatsu stream is a chatting stream. It comes from the word Zatsudan, meaning free talk, and is when a streamer sets up stream and talks to their chat for the entirety of that stream. The letters IKZ are sometimes used in a VTuber's chat, and is a shortened form of the word ikuzo, which is Japanese for let's go. So think of it as enthusiastic encouragement. Similarly, Otsu is a shortened form of the word otsukare-sama, meaning thank you for your hard work in Japanese. It's often used as a thank you and farewell at the end of streams, both by chat and by the VTuber, though it does carry connotations of gratitude or deep thankfulness, and is more meaningful than a simple thank you goodbye. Seiso means wholesome. It most often refers to a VTuber who acts pure and innocent and someone who leans away from themes that would be considered either adult or mature, though now people tend to use it in a more ironic way, in the way that someone could make a dirty joke, but then they swear to their chat that they're actually Seiso. Despite its wholesome intentions, nowadays it's used sarcastically. And there we have every single term, phrase, and vocabulary word that I wanted to cover today. I hope this video has been helpful and informative, and I hope it's brought some clarity to some words that maybe weren't so easy to understand at first. If you liked the video, please consider giving me a like or a subscribe, or follow me on Twitch where I go live multiple times a week. And please consider following me on other social media as well, such as Blue Sky. Fuck Twitter. But, as always, thank you for your time and attention. If you enjoyed the video, please share it with everyone else who you think it might help. Once again, my name is Levanael Okada. I'll see you next time. 今夜も来たのかい起きにましたかいガキの頃くらい晴れないのかいならばしょうがない君のビッタルの死後からあるからこっちについてきな